Welcome back to Co-Work Radio here on KZSB 1290 AM. I'm Catherine Raymock.
And I'm Jane Walker-Wood.
And we're a show all about the modern entrepreneur. Each week we have a chance to interview two company founders. And so happy to have Dr. Luc Maes in the studio with us. He's the founder of KaiBae, a sustainable health and beauty. And well, first of all, welcome to the show. How are you, Luc?
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I first met you many years ago. I feel like it was at least 15 years ago or longer ago. And you were with the Maes Center for Natural Health. Is that still part of what you do?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been a naturopath now for 25 years. I've had a passion for medicinal plants and the way they can benefit health and beauty, and has led me on my next journey. And I fell in love with a giant tree, and it took me to Africa.
And the giant tree is something called you can correct us if we're wrong, but it's the baobab? Baobab?
Baobab or baobab tree. Actually, it means a fruit with many seeds. Throughout the years, I've done a lot of research on plants. My research has taken me all over the world. And about 5 years ago, came across this amazing tree, considered a lost crop, a natural resource, undervalued for its economic and health potential. Became totally interested in the fruit initially because of its nutrition. It benefits blood sugar. It also benefits the gut. It's prebiotic. So it was hitting all the points that I was looking for in an ingredient. But the tree happened to grow in the savannah in Africa.
So how did you just stumble across a tree in Africa? I'm curious.
Well, I mean, I've done continued research into plants, and when I learned about this tree, for some reason this tree spoke to me, and I was drawn to go to Africa. I had to go and touch this tree, but how to get there? So that led me to a Google search of all things, and I connected with a local humanitarian, Thomas Cole, who happens to be an expert in agricultural development in Africa.
Have the indigenous people been using this tree for that purpose?
Correct. Yes, This tree has been used traditionally for centuries, but has lost its interest because people are more drawn to lower quality packaged Western foods. We're actually helping the communities, teaching the communities as part of our harvest that they need to include this fruit more into their diet.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, I'm noticing there's more and more of these supplement products available on the market. Is there any way I can get a complete diet without taking supplements, given all the processed food?
Well, unfortunately, monoculture and the way foods have been processed and are overgrown on nutrient poor soils, more and more we need to add other sources that are nutrient rich. Superfoods, supplements, organic fruits and vegetables tend to be more nutrient rich.
So KaiBae is the parent company, but the actual product is the baobab fruit powder.
KaeBae is actually an interesting story behind that one. When we drove up to the communities the first time, we drove up in remote northern Ghana, connecting with elders and these communities together with Tom. And when we would drive up to these communities, they will go, KaeBae, KaeBae, KaeBae. And it's basically the bonjour, the hi, hello, how are you, in Kusal, and their language of the communities that we work with. And I felt so connected to them and I'm grateful that I could create this company. So KaeBae means hi, hello, how are you in Kusal. It connects
now,
me to
how did you go from discovering this tree to making a product to bring it back to the U.S.? I see on the package you have a lot of different stamps of various different government agencies you had to pass through.
It's been a long journey. We started 5 years ago, and I want to do it right. And we started a organically processed facility connected with EcoCert, which is a French auditing agency, ensuring that we do it all the right way, in a sustainable way. So we built a processing center, became organically certified in Ghana, and then figured out how can we get this ingredient into the U.S.
So it's actually processed in Ghana, and then you import it as a powder?
It's roughly processed in Ghana, and then it's processed in a facility here in the U.S. that's approved, that's kosher, that's non-GMO verified, that is NSF GMP certified. So it's the highest level in food processing. So the powder comes in, we check it, make sure it's food grade, and do all the required testing.
But getting it over
requires.
because it is a fruit. I mean, I got stopped once with a banana peel coming in from Mexico, and almost lost my green card. No, it was. They were very upset.
Well, what's amazing about the baobab is that it's a pod. The fruit is actually a pod that grows on the tree, and the fruit powder the dries in the pod on the tree. And the locals know when to harvest it because it turns brown when it's ready to harvest. If you just meet all the correct requirements for import, then you can bring it in the country.
What sort of health benefits are you seeing that people are receiving from this?
The reason why I was drawn to this fruit is because it addresses two very important aspects in our health. One, it addresses the gut. You've heard of probiotics. Well, probiotics are all those friendly little organisms that do those good things in your intestines, important to your immune system. Well, baobab is 48% prebiotic fiber. So it's a specific type of fiber that feeds all the good organisms in the gut. So it has a very powerful effect on the immune system. Secondly, research has shown that it's also low glycemic, meaning that it stabilizes blood sugar. And we know that blood sugar handling problems are a big issue here in the U.S. and the West. In addition, this fruit is extremely high in antioxidants, 4 to 5 times greater than acai, if you're familiar with acai. It's also very high in calcium, magnesium, and potassium, and vitamin C. It's as if this tree figured out how to concentrate all these vital nutrients. It grows in one of the harshest places in the world, the savannah, where agriculture is almost impossible. And so this tree is really a wise tree, and it's taken me on a whole new journey.
Well, why doesn't our gut just naturally figure out? I mean, why do we need these probiotics?
Well,
we're not just naturally balanced.
No. So there was actually an interesting article recently published on CNN where this researcher was doing research on the gut. And he found that when he lived with a tribe, the Hazda tribe, that uses baobab on a daily basis, that the population of all the positive organisms in the gut drastically shifted within 3 days. When he went back to his Western diet, his McDonald's diet, the gut changed within days.
And how does that affect our long-term health if our gut's not
Well,
balanced?
70% of your immune system is wrapped around the gut.
Oh, wow.
So just imagine autoimmune conditions, recurrent infections. And what's great too about baobab, kids love it. And having worked with children with autism for the past 10, 12 years, I know how difficult it is for these children to incorporate all these healthy nutrients in their diet. But baobab tastes so good, it's like candy. It tastes sweet and sour.
Can I use it in my cooking?
Yes.
So it doesn't affect it if it's heated
well,
up?
some of the, of course, heat will cause some of the antioxidants to lose, but the fiber, the minerals, some of the vitamin C and the bioflavonoids will endure.
If you're just tuning in, we're talking with Dr. Luc Maes, the founder of KaeBae, and you can find out more by going to gokaibae.com. That's your website. I want to talk to you a little bit about your marketing and just the aesthetics of what you've put together here, because I take it you said this whole journey has been 5 years. Beautiful packaging. Is this something you came up with yourself? How important is that? You've got a great logo with KaeBae. We want to talk about how you decided and how did has your marketing changed over time?
Well, KaeBae is about health and beauty. So for the past 5 years, we've introduced baobab by itself as an ingestible, not only to the retail, but also as a food ingredient to the food and beverage industry. But I've learned that there's a lot of things that I don't know. And to build a team and to connect with the right people that put you on the right path has been one of the challenges. And I've really loved meeting people who have knowledge in different fields, from marketing to PR to finance. I have really learned a lot. And so we have a team of people that has helped us to create the KaeBae to bring it alive.
The package is beautiful. Burt's Bees just endorsed you guys, and $10,000 grant from Burt's Bees, which is huge, right?
Oh, it's an honor to be recognized by giants such as Burt's Bees and also Nature's Path Organic. We've gotten awards from people that we admire. Nature's Path Organic is a company that's committed to organic and non-GMO foods. Burt's Bees just awarded us for our environmental and sustainability approach to our products. And I strongly feel that every company should adopt not only when you develop products, that you also recognize what is it going to leave the planet looking like. And Patagonia is also one of the companies that we really look up to. So we're coming out in the spring with products that benefit beauty inside and out. So both maximizing the benefits from the baobab, but also from the other ingredients that we're now getting from the savannah, from the Amazon, and also the communities that we work with in Uganda and Zanzibar.
Dr. Luc Maes, the founder of KaeBae, and you can find out more, once again, at GoKaibae.com. You can find more about his team that he was just talking about, including his lovely wife, Barbara, who is in studio with us taking some photos over there. And I'm sure you can find those on their website a little bit later today as well. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back here on Co-Work Radio. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.